crazy. EU has outraged the UK issued legal warning over bid to block from international convention. The European Union has been told it will severely harm the UK legal system if it blocks Britain's attempt to join an essential convention. The EU Commission wants to stop the UK from joining the 2007 Lugano Convention. The agreement determines which countries have jurisdiction over cross-border civil and commercial disputes. UK lawyers have warned stopping Britain's accession to the convention could cause severe issues for UK and EU families with relations on both sides of the English Channel. Roma Regulation EC No. 593/2008 on the law applicable to contractual obligations, Roma, came into effect on the 17th of December 2009 and applies in all EU member states, except Denmark, which has opted out, to contracts entered into on or after the 17th of December 2009. Roma concerns the rules which will be applied by the courts in EU member states, save for Denmark, when determining the law applicable to contractual obligations. The 2007 Lugano Convention on Jurisdiction and the Enforcement of Judgments in Civil and Commercial Matters aims to replace the 1988 Lugano Convention of the same name. It brings the wording of the Lugano Convention in line with the Brussels regulation. The Lugano Conventions determine jurisdiction of the courts and provide for the recognition and enforcement of judgments as between the EU and the EFTA states Norway, Iceland, and Switzerland. There are few significant differences between the two conventions. The 2007 convention came into force between the EU and Norway on the 1st of January 2010. But it has not yet been ratified by Iceland and Switzerland, which will continue to apply the 1988 Lugano Convention. This means that both regimes remain in force until Switzerland and Iceland have completed their respective ratification processes, and extra care has to be taken when determining the set of rules applicable to questions relating to jurisdiction and enforcement of judgments. Rachel Kelsey, president of the European chapter of the International Academy of Family Lawyers, told, "A year ago, we could say with total confidence and clarity this court has jurisdiction, this is how long a case will take, and this is the cost ballpark, but now that is no longer the case. We need to put politics aside and recognize that there are millions of EU and UK citizens who are going to be prejudiced if we don't end up with a better set of harmonized rules." Josep Galvez, a former Spanish judge, also revealed the plan by the EU was an attempt to punish the UK for leaving the EU and weaken London's attraction as centre for dispute resolution. The UK has extended the deadline for new post-Brexit safety markings in a move that will see Britain aligned with elements of the EU for another year. In order to ease the pressure on British businesses, the government has extended the deadline to use the UK certification until 2023. The Business Department announced the change in part due to the issues to supply chains caused by the pandemic. This means, however, the current European CE label continue to be used until the beginning of 2023, 2 years after the end of the transition period. Ahead of the extension, businesses warned they did not have enough time to apply the changes due to the chaos caused by the pandemic. It is hoped by extending the deadline, manufacturers will now have adequate time to test goods in order to comply with the 2023 deadline, although companies making medical devices will have until July 2023. Commenting on the announcement, Samuel Lowe, trade expert and senior research fellow for the Centre for European Reform, praised the move. He said, "This should have been announced months ago, given it has long been obvious to anyone with a passing interest that companies would not be ready to switch to a UK-only regime by the end of the year." Manufacturers group, Make UK, also welcomed the extension despite the UK being tied to the EU for a further year. A spokesman told, companies were becoming increasingly nervous as the clock ticked down to the end of the year, caught up in the delays and bureaucracy in getting their products tested. The extra year will provide both exporters and importers with valuable breathing space to enable a new testing system to bed in place.